Hello, everybody. Mechanic Dave. Once again, we are building another Predator engine. It's fun to do. People need it. People like it. This time, we actually have the guy's go-kart here. And we're just doing a little Hemi build with a non-Hemi head, cam, rod, flywheel, valve springs, ported out head, all sorts of good stuff. But what he has right now, he has a 208. What was it? A C-Max motor. And he said this thing is tired, doesn't run very good, and he needs something to beat the competition. Well, we absolutely can do that for him. It runs barely on spray. But let me show you the parts that we got, and we'll get right into the build. All right, so we're just getting the usable parts stripped off of the old motor, stuff that we're gonna end up reusing, like the exhaust. We have the breather on there, and we're gonna get the clutch off because maybe he wanted to reuse it. But upon further inspection, see if you can't see what's wrong first. You should not be able to do that when the clutch is on a keyway. So this clutch is completely trashed along with that key. It's almost completely rounded at the top. So, but luckily we're going to be going with a Cheetah disc style clutch. So, and with a larger front sprocket, he should be able to get way more speed out of this thing. All right, so we've done a little bit behind the scenes. We have the arc rod in place. We got the flat top piston in there. Over here, we got the arc billet flywheel, and I had to modify this coupler just a little bit so it would grab the pull cord. And we have the MSD coil in there from Ton's Performance. All right, so just mocking everything up with stock head bolts. These are obviously going to get replaced with studs. And the stock head bolts don't actually work at the top, which they work at the bottom, but the stud kit doesn't work at the bottom. It only works at the top. So I have new studs coming in, like I probably already said, but we got the rocker in place and all that. And then that valve cover will go right up on top. We got the carburetor installed, and the vent lines are run. The needle has been moved all the way down. I found on these PWK carburetors that when the clip is at the lowest point on the needle, that's when it runs good, at least out here at sea level. But we got the throttle cable in because it's in a go-kart. It's got this eyelet on it. I think this is like a 72-inch cable. Can't quite remember. But take that off. We'll pull the head back off. I found the right lash caps to use in there. All right, so I got the head back off of it just because I need the studs on it. Spinning it around. Something, I believe internally, is hitting. I don't think it's anything external. So we're just gonna have to take the clutch off, take the cover back off, and see what's hitting. I am willing to bet it's probably the rod to the cam. All right, so I got the cam out. It looks like it was hitting in this area, so I took just the face off, just down past those cast letters. All right, so now that everything's all hunky-dory on the inside, nothing hits, everything clears good. It's got oil in it right now. So I got the fuel tank, and I have my fuel line run. I'm probably gonna snip it right here and put in an inline filter that can be replaced. But yeah, luckily I had a Hemi fuel tank. One key difference from the Hemis and non-Hemis, the Hemis have slanted bolts and slanted mounts. Non-Hemis are flat. So luckily I had a Hemi fuel tank kicking around. All right, fuel tank is cleaned out. It was disgusting, full of varnish, full of rust. We got the blower cover off of the 208 because I like how ventilated it is. I think it'll cool a little bit better, not risk overheating. And it's what I had. We have the coil installed, There's our fuel line. We're gonna put an inline filter that's serviceable because the filter that goes inside the tank was trashed. Still waiting on longer head studs. We got the No Ram Cheetah. Clutch is all installed. Sits pretty good. Governor and oil sensor are completely blocked off. Engine is full of oil. All right, so the motor isn't entirely done yet. I'm still waiting on the studs. But in the meantime, I figured let's see how it would work getting all mocked up. And I spared you guys some of the dumb stuff. But initially the motor was not level, so I had to level it. And then the carburetor was touching the tire, so I had to raise it and level it. And I learned that long bolts wouldn't work, so I had to make studs. And then the sprocket was in the wrong place, so I had to move over. The chain wasn't long enough, so I bought a new chain. It's on the way. The chain guard had to be modified. I don't know if you can really see. I had to cut out that whole area up there. And then it came time for the throttle cable, which I could only get one size at the time, and it was way too long. I wish it was just from here to here, but it actually goes like that. And then I had to build a new throttle bracket. Had to weld in a piece of metal, build a tab in there. Had to modify the rod, put a stop on there. Pedals are now all level again. Throttle moves good. Kill switch wired up. Used 2-wire cable. Didn't need to. Let's see. Yeah, still waiting on the head studs. Those will be here tomorrow. I ordered an inline fuel filter, but after the chain comes in, I'm gonna probably end up having to add a chain tensioner around about here, just because it won't be tight enough. It'll actually be really loose, and you don't want a loose chain coming off. But other than that, I mean, this thing is pretty much done. All right, it's the next day, not midnight, so I have the tire reinflated. This tire is pretty much done. He's gonna get new tires, but the chain drive system is good. Engine runs, brakes work, kill switch works. Everything on this thing works. So we're gonna go for a test drive now and see how well it works. So this thing is not super complicated. Oh, you sneak your leg in like that. Oh, that grabs you. All right, legs up at the pedals. And you grab your steering wheel. Which way does it go? Like that. And then kill switch right at the crotch. And then, oh. Look at that. Magnificent, isn't it? Now I gotta get out of this thing. Oh man. Well, this thing is pretty fast, a little sketchy, but not bad. It definitely moves really good. Once I figured out not to hit my knee on the kill switch and shut it off, I mean, this thing goes really fast and really good. It's very reliable. Starts right off the second or third pull, just pulling fuel. And I mean, he's gonna be very happy with this thing. I'm hoping that he at least gets second, if not first place, in the races that he's gonna be partaking in. Not too much work went into it besides building the motor. Just had to refab up the throttle And yeah, so he's picking this thing up in a little bit, and I don't know, he might want to rip it around a little bit, but she goes. Well, that was pretty successful, I'd say. He's very happy with this thing, and this thing is definitely going to carry him to a podium. I can put my money on that. But for now, it's time to say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. And follow me for more, because we do fun shit like this all the time. So, adios, everybody. And now I got to climb my fat ass out of this thing. I'll give you one more laugh before I log off. God! Oh, I'm caught in the clutch cover. Oh. All right.